This dish proves a salad can absolutely be a meal. Hiding among all the fall color and flavor is a power-packed grain that acts as sort of a protein boost to fuel your day. This recipe is coming to us from Colton Soelberg, who is the man credited with the restaurant revival and food movement that has swept Utah County the last several years. How's that for a resume builder?
Hey, I'll take it.
You really have pushed food forward on the Provo scene, and so I have to give you a little resume rundown here. You were the head chef at the Tree Room up at Sundance.
Yeah.
You started Communal.
Yeah.
Love that. Went there for breakfast not too long ago. Fantastic. Pizzeria 712.
Yeah.
A lot of families know that. How would you describe your food philosophy?
So I think it started back when I had a chance to work in San Francisco for a little bit of time, and that was one of the first places where I really was able to observe how much care they put into the ingredients. And that really, I think, kind of awakened something in me. And so when I came back home and felt like I wanted to do something here in my hometown, that's been at the cornerstone of all of the restaurants we've done.
That quality.
Yeah, quality of ingredients and really kind of an attention to detail and really taking care with the products you have.
You've got a fun new project we're going to talk about in just a minute, but first I will draw our attention to this beautiful salad, which we're calling kind of fall on a plate, or in this case, fall in a bowl. What takes this salad from kind of the fresh summer ingredients to a more fall feel?
Yeah, so when I think about fall, and fall is one of my favorite times to be cooking.
Too.
It's kind of, you're in the kitchen and it's warm and cozy and it's cold outside. But so I think about things that remind me of that. And so for me, with cranberries around Thanksgiving, blue cheese I think is always a nice hearty cheese, and then walnuts too. I think they're such a rich kind of nut. Yeah. So for me, those are the kind of the touch points that make me think about fall when I think about the salad.
I am on board. Show us how to put this together.
Okay, awesome. So first thing I do when I'm making, we're gonna make the dressing. The one thing I love about the salad is you can pretty much make everything in advance. You could make, the nuts can be toasted, the cranberries can be plumped up already, the dressing can be made, and really you can throw it together just cutting the lettuce at the very end.
This dressing is a star recipe.
This is gonna be great, yeah. So this is one of the dressings we use at Chom and as our house vinaigrette. So we've got salt, pepper, and a little bit of dried basil.
Okay.
And then just a pinch of sugar and a little bit of granulated garlic.
Nice.
And then the vinegars. I always start, whenever I'm making a vinaigrette, I will start with the spices, seasonings, and the vinegars, and then I'll let them sit for about 10 minutes.
Does that make a difference, the layering?
Yeah, and for me, what I've noticed is that it helps the flavors really absorb.
Okay.
And so if you add the oil right away, the oil kind of acts as a barrier to the salt and pepper and the other things. So I get that started, and then I give it just a few minutes to sit.
Okay,
so
beautiful greens we're using.
Yeah, beautiful romaine. We're gonna jump over here actually and start cooking the farro. So I'm using the farro piccolo.
Now I have to stop and ask, what is farro? I'm not familiar with this.
It's a grain. Sometimes people refer to it as emmer. This one we get from Anson Mills. It's a company out in South Carolina that's rescued some of these grain varieties that were going extinct. Nobody was using them anymore.
Oh, wow.
And so this is farro piccolo. It's a lot smaller than some of the other ones, and I really love it. It cooks up really nicely.
Can you get it at a normal grocery store?
You can order directly from Anson Mills for this specific variety. You can find farro at most grocery stores. Okay. And it's becoming less specialty and more commonplace.
Would you compare it to a quinoa?
I'd say it's more close maybe to like a barley.
Okay.
The thing I like about farro though is that whereas barley kind of gets mushy if you overcook it, or farro you can cook a little longer than you plan and it still stays really firm, which I like.
And you sneak it in a dish and the kids might not know.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
It's really versatile. We use it sometimes in place of rice to make a risotto. Oh. It's awesome. So we start with this is about a half a cup of farro, and we have about 1 3/4 cups of water, and you want that just to be coming up to a simmer, and then we just get that in there. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. You're basically going to cook until all that water absorbs out of there. Okay. And it just gets you want a little bit of salt and pepper in there.
Pinch there. Comes out looking like this?
Yep, this is what it will look like when it's done. Okay. Nice and plump. And the thing I love about it, again, it's got such a good texture. It's really chewy, and it does add a meatiness to it, and like you said, protein to anything you add it to. So it's a great addition to a salad. Okay. So we get that going. That takes about 15 or 20 minutes. Yeah. The other thing I love, when I think about salads, I tend to do a combination where I'm usually doing some type of cheese, some type of nut, and then sometimes fruit or something else. And so here we're going to be doing walnuts. I pretty much always will toast them. So
you chefs, you take that extra step, but you say it makes a difference.
It makes a big difference, yeah. It really unlocks the flavor in the walnuts, and you get this kind of nutty taste that you just don't get otherwise. It also takes, sometimes walnuts I find to be a little bit bitter. I agree. And so it takes some of that bitterness out.
Little salt, little pepper?
Little salt, little pepper, always layering that flavor.
I love how the chefs do that. There's like an art to the sprinkle. All right.
And then those just take a few minutes. You want to keep an eye on them, keep them low. Yeah. They'll burn really fast.
So those elements, then the salad comes together pretty easily. We're adding the blue cheese and the cranberries.
Yeah, and then other than that, you're just, you're cutting lettuce. We're using just a basic romaine. We usually get rid of the tops and just kind of cut small. I love romaine. It's got nice crunch to it.
While you're assembling this and kind of finishing us off here in the kitchen, I want to ask you, you mentioned Chom, that's the latest food project. Tell us what we can expect.
Absolutely. So Chom, we do burgers, fries, salad shakes. I wanted to do something that was just a little simpler than the previous restaurants I'd done. And so I kind of branched out on my own and decided I wanted something more casual.
Yeah.
The Pizzeria Communal, they were amazing restaurants.
Yes.
We love them.
Yes.
But I wanted something that just, we only seat 30, 40 people maybe.
Right.
And so I wanted something that just reached a broader demographic. And so I was thinking for a long time about what I could do, and eventually came back and hit upon that idea of doing, a burger place. Everybody loves a good burger.
Yeah, good. Do you know how it was described to me by my friend Susan? She said it's like as if Shake Shack, the famous, original New York burger chain, and In-N-Out had a burger baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how it was described to me.
Yeah.
Where do we find you?
So we are at 45 West, 300 North in Provo.
Okay.
And just right off University Avenue.
Chom, great burgers, simple cooking, but fine ingredients.
Absolutely,
You can taste the difference. And this salad kind of reflects that whole philosophy. Makes a nice compliment to that burger on the side.
Absolutely,
what kind of burger is that?
So that's our new blue cheese bacon burger, my personal favorite.
Okay.
So
that's on the menu?
Yep, we just added it this last week.
All right, nice. Well, thanks for the salad recipe today.
Thank you.
Could be a great Thanksgiving side. We'll post it for you on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Just click on the recipe tab. Great to have you. Thanks so much, Colton.